Did you greet everyone?
No.
Please do.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you for joining.
Can they hear you?
Yes.
How do you know? How do you know they can hear you? Okay. Jai, Jai Radha, Madhava, Vindhamita,
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Radha, Radha, Madhava, Vindhamita,
Jaya Radha Madhava
Gopi Pranam, Vivarendra,
Gopi
Jai Gopi Janamalala Vivarendra, Jnana Radha Sanayam Jana Jana Vivarendra Jai Jana Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 1, Text 11. I hope everyone also can open up. It's easier to follow metaphysical topics when you can also follow the text, seeing the text. Etanir vidyamananam ichatam akuto bhayam yoginam vipanirnitam
Yoginam Nipanirtham
hare namanukirtanam
Harinamanuketanam
etanir vidyamananam
Etani Vidyamanam
ichatam akuto bhayam
Ichatama Kutubayam
yoginam vipanirnitam
Yoginam Nipanirtham
hare namanukirtanam
Harinamanuketanam Etani Vidyamanam
Tanir Vidyamananam
Yoginam Nipanirtham
Ichatama Kutobhayam
Ichatama Kutubayam
Yoginam
Yoginam Nipanirtham
Yoginam Vipaninitam
Hare Namanukirtanam
Hare Namanukirtanam. Wow, this is a long purple. Um, Etat, it is. Nirvidyamananam, of those who are completely free from all material desires.
Of those who are completely free from all material desires.
Ichatam, of those who are desirous of all sorts of material enjoyment.
Of those who are desirous of all sorts of material enjoyment.
Akutabhayam, free from all doubts and fear.
Free from all doubts and fear.
Yoginam, of all who are self-satisfied.
Of all who are self-satisfied.
Nripa, O King.
Nirnitam,
decided truth.
Hare
of the Lord. Shri Krishna. Nama, holy name. Anu, after someone. Always. Kirtanam, chanting. Anukirtanam. Anukirtanam would mean like responding to chanting, which means you also chant. Somebody chants and then you respond. Right? Like following. Anugata Kora. Uganuga. Raganuga. Or Rupanuga. Anuga. Ga means to go. Anu means to follow. Go by, follow. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. O King, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord after the ways of the great authorities is the doubtless and fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from all material desires, those who are desirous of all material enjoyment, and also those who are self-satisfied by dint of transcendental knowledge. Prabhupada translates word yogina as self-satisfied. Yoginis. Purport. In the previous verse, the great necessity for attaining attachment to Mukunda has been accredited. Yeah. One who gives full attention and respect to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam achieves unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, the giver of salvation. How to give attention and respect to topics about Krishna. There are different types of persons who desire to attain success in different varieties of pursuits. Generally, the persons are materialists who desire to enjoy the fullest extent of material gratification. Next to them are transcendentalists, who have attained perfect knowledge about the nature of material enjoyment and thus are aloof from such an illusory way of life. More or less, they are satisfied in themselves by self-realization. Above them are the devotees of the Lord, who neither aspire to enjoy material world nor desire to get out of it. They are after satisfaction of the Lord, Sri Krishna. In other words, the devotees of the Lord do not want anything on their personal account. If the Lord desires, the devotees can accept all sorts of material facilities. And if the Lord does not desire this, the devotees can leave aside all sorts of facilities even up to the limit of salvation. Nor are they self-satisfied because they want the satisfaction of their Lord only. So these are three, uh, which this shows that devotees are not attached like materialistic people. Ichatan, they have desire, icha, to enjoy. I want to enjoy, I want to conquer, I want to possess. And then they are not like um, they are not actually they don't want even salvation. So devotees are quite indifferent. They're not against this world, but at the same time they are not attached to it because their goal is something else, something beyond, which is loving Krishna, love for Krishna. It's very interesting. Even if you're in the material world, you can be quite established transcendentalists. It also says devotees are not self-satisfied like yogis. Actually, even they are not self-satisfied, but they are aspiring for it. What's the verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita? Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami
Sakle Ashanta Krishna Bhakti Nishkam
Atta. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakali Ashanta. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi. As soon as somebody desires something which is outside himself, it means he's not fully satisfied. So what people desire, they usually desire bhukti, which means material opulence and enjoyment. Mukti, they want to, more intelligent people, they want to be liberated from material entanglement. They understand that it looks attractive, but it's more trouble than it's worth. So they are more intelligent. So they want mukti, salvation. They are very much doing austerity and renouncing family life very often. Yeah, living very austere life, cultivating knowledge. Bhukti, mukti, siddhi. Some of them they want mystic powers. They want to influence others in a mystical way. Well, we can call that manipulation. It's a good word. You know, it looks mystic, it looks spiritual. Somebody can read other people's minds or influence others. Show some mystic powers, magic powers. Is that spiritual? No, it's not. So they are not satisfied. So they are aspiring to get these things. They're trying to actually satisfy their own ego, their own bodies, their own minds. That's why they are not satisfied. So only devotee, Krishna Bhakta Nishkam, a devotee doesn't want anything. Ataiva Shanta. That's why he is peaceful. So how can you not desire anything? Only a stone can do that. Doesn't mean that inanimate objects are best devotees. No. It's indirect way of saying they only desire to please Krishna.
Mm.
So this language in the Vedas is very much present in Bhagavad Gita, also Srimad Bhagavatam. And it says, free from all attachment, vitaraga, bhaya, krodha,
Mm.
becoming free from attachment, no desires, this and that.
Mm.
Nishkama actually means no desires. But experts in spiritual devotional science, they understand that it means actually because consciousness or the soul in its kind of, yeah, consciousness or soul cannot be without desires. So when we say somebody doesn't have any desires, it means he desires only to please Krishna.
Mm.
That's the best level of being free from desires.
Mm.
Otherwise, just to make yourself dull as a stone piece of plastic. That's not the goal of spiritual practice.
Mm.
Although some schools they think that's perfection, you know, just to understand that actually you don't see, you don't feel, you don't actually exist and stuff like that. They have meditation like that. Okay, so they just want satisfaction of the Lord. In this verse, Sri Shukadeva Goswami recommends the transcendental chanting of the holy name of the Lord. It's interesting, he recommends this for all these categories. People who are desirous of material enjoyment, people who want to become self-satisfied yogis, people who want, people who are totally already free, or maybe not so lusty, free from like lower modes, quite peaceful. But still, for all of them, Shukadeva Goswami recommends Hare Nama Kirtan. By offenseless chanting and hearing of the holy name of the Lord, one becomes acquainted with the transcendental form of the Lord, and then with the attributes of the Lord, and then with the transcendental nature of his pastimes, etc. Here it is mentioned that one should constantly chant the holy name of the Lord after hearing it from authorities. This means that hearing from the authorities is the first essential. Yeah. Unless we hear, what are we going to chant? What are we going to remember? Chronologically, it's hearing. It's the first step. This means that hearing from the authorities is the first essential. Hearing the holy name gradually promotes one to the stage of hearing about his form, about his attributes, his pastimes, and so on. And thus the necessity of the chanting of his glories develops successively. Yeah. When one hears enough about Krishna, one becomes ecstatic, enthused. So you want to chant. It's so long. You want to tell to your friends. I remember when I was a kid, small boy, sometimes we would go to cinema, on TV. We would see a movie. So if the movie was ecstatic, interesting, we'd talk about it for days. Or Krishna consciousness is the best kind of engagement and even fun. Or chanting about it, talking about it to others, just singing for Krishna. It's very much needed. This process is recommended not only for the successful execution of devotional service, but also even for those who are materially attached. According to Sri Shukadeva Goswami, this way of attaining success is an established fact, concluded not only by him but also by all other previous acharyas. Therefore, there is no need of further evidence. The process is recommended not only for the progressive students in different departments of ideological success, but also for those who are already successful in their achievement as fruited workers. So people who are aspiring for success in business and career, they should also be chanted. You can say it's student class. That's that. They are going to schools because after they're gonna get this engagement, that engagement, good job, and also who are already successful, who achieve success, like the Beatles. They were very practically they did overnight. They became what they were like. They're I don't know. Maybe some of them were like late teenagers at that time. Definitely, they were in their early 20s. They became world famous. Everyone went mad after them. So even they were chanting Hare Krishna. They realized that there's something higher. There must be something higher. Srila Jiva Goswami instructs that chanting of the holy name of the Lord should be loudly done. And it should be performed offenselessly as well, as recommended in the Padma Purana. This is also a very interesting sentence. Srila Jiva Goswami instructs that chanting of the holy name of the Lord should be loudly done, and it should be performed offenselessly. When devotees chant Gayatri by sitting silent and in their mind, they are, how do we call it? We call it chanting in English. How do we call that in Sanskrit?
Japa.
Japa, mantra japa.
Mantra japa.
It means a person is chanting mentally.
Manana. Manas.
Yeah,
Manas.
yeah, manasika japa.
Manasik japa.
Yeah. So in his mind, because English is a little bit limiting. So when we chant stotras, prayers, let's say 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna's prayers to Krishna, or Queen Kunti's prayers in the first canto. So we chant it like, audibly, even loud, so that other people, so we can also relish the sound vibration. We call it chanting. But that would be a little bit like Vandanam, reciting prayers. And so we call it chanting. And then we have singing. Singing. Usually singing is loud or audible. Of course, one can sing silently, but usually singing is done. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then when we take our japa bag and japa beads, how do we call it? Chant.
Mhm.
Everything is chant. So does it mean when Jiva Goswami says chanting of the holy name of the Lord or chanting should be done loudly, does it mean that we should chant Gayatri loudly?
What's the full sentence?
Srila Jiva Goswami instructs that chanting of the holy name of the Lord should be loudly done.
Okay.
So it's more about chanting the
Yeah.
holy name.
Maybe while in the public, for the benefit of others, that is for that.
And for our benefit also.
For other.
Yeah. But it's kind of, yeah. But generally, japa is done upamshu,
Vamshu, yeah.
which is like soft.
Yeah.
But
And Vachika is loud.
yeah, Vachaka is loud.
Manas.
Manasika is in the mind.
Manasika is in the mind.
And upamshu means softly.
Soft, sure.
And
Vachika.
yeah. Are there any instances of chanting japa, Hare Krishna mantra on beads and chanting loudly? Can we do that? So that, for example, we are sitting with other people and there's like 5, 6 in one room. And there's one devotee who has a very powerful voice and he's chanting so loud that all these others cannot hear even themselves. They are simply hearing his chanting. That's why once Srila Prabhupada entered one temple, Viraj Swami shared this with us. And he entered the temple and devotees were playing Srila Prabhupada's japa, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's properly recording. And it was very loud and everyone was chanting. And Prabhupada entered the temple room and he said, you should be hearing yourself. Prabhupada didn't say you should stop playing his record. But the main thing in chanting on beats, you should be hearing yourself. And we can see also from other recordings of Prabhupada and some morning walks, he didn't chant japa loudly. But when he was demonstrating how to do it, how you should pronounce properly, how you should have a proper rhythm, also not to be too slow, otherwise mind become restless. So Prabhupada, he was showing by example, he was chanting more loud japa into the microphone, just to set an example. So for teaching others, we can also chant japa loudly, but not so much that other people cannot hear themselves. And some devotees, they really have capacity. I know quite a few of them. Quite a few of them. They are amazing. The walls are shaking when they chant japa. He's in a couple of cases, temple president would ask him to just leave the temple room. If he wants to chant that loud, he can do it in his own room. Yeah. One can deliver himself from the effects of all sins by surrendering himself unto the Lord. One what is this? Yeah. One can deliver himself from the effects of all sins by surrendering himself unto the Lord. One can deliver himself from all offenses at the feet of the Lord by taking shelter in the holy name. But one cannot protect himself if one commits an offense at the feet of the holy name of the Lord. This is very interesting. Did you ever hear any name that has feet? For example, Kautukarnava Prabhu. Your name is Kautukarnava Prabhu. Does your name Kautukarnava has feet?
No.
It's very interesting concept.
Yeah.
But probably it means that holy name is not different from Krishna, and Krishna definitely has feet. That's described in the Vedas. Krishna is not a formless cloud somewhere in the sky. He's a person, and he's very beautiful. He has feet, legs, and beautiful face. Such offenses are mentioned in the Padma Purana as being 10 in number. The first offense is to vilify the great devotees who have preached about the glories of the Lord. The second offense is to see the holy names of the Lord in terms of worldly distinction. I have a question. I need help. The second offense is to see the holy names of the Lord in terms of worldly distinction. Do you have any idea what it means?
And the worldly distinction.
Yeah.
You see the holy names of the Lord.
Distinction means differentiation, right? But it can be also something else. Can you find the word?
Distinction.
Yeah. You know, sometimes people read Srila Prabhupada's books and then they protest. I just don't get it what this means. Well, in life, there are so many things they can't understand, and they are still doing those things. And some of those things are really nasty and even painful, and they are not stopping it. So in the same way, we as devotees, sometimes we don't understand what's written, but we kind of worship that those sentences and Srila Prabhupada's words. Then eventually, yeah, maybe it's a matter of development of consciousness. So what did you find?
Distinction refers to separation, discrimination, or making of difference.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. Okay, let's see what Prabhupada says in the next, maybe in the next sentence, Srila Prabhupada will explain what it means. The Lord is the proprietor of all universes. Therefore, he may be known in different places by different names, but that does not in any way qualify the fullness of the Lord. So there's a hint here. It says, he's the proprietor of all the universe, so he can be known by different names. That does not in any way qualify the fullness of the Lord. Okay, let's see the next one. Any nomenclature, is that like names? Yeah, like aggregate names, which is meant for the Supreme Lord, is as holy as others. Okay, now we are getting the proper understanding. We should not give up on the first sentence. Maybe the explanation is just a few lines below, or maybe on the next page of the chapter. So we should just continue reading and keep the knowledge sacred, even if we cannot understand. Otherwise, people, what is this? I don't understand everything. He sends to this horrible, and he wants to understand everything immediately. So if he wants to do that, he can go shopping. Everything is clear. Products are there, price is clear. Just go to the cashier, pay. You don't have to read more spiritual books. If you want to know everything as you are, spiritual books are for people who want to advance and broaden up their visions. So these books are meant for that. So sometimes we cannot understand. But later, if you have proper attitude and if you just continue, it will be clear. Okay. So it means, like many people think, Allah cannot be the name for God. It's only Jesus. It's only Jehovah. And if somebody worships God addressing him with a different name, he will go to hell or something like that. Basically, that's quite offensive. It's quite a bold statement. Such holy names are as powerful as the Lord, and there is no bar for anyone in any part of the creation to chant and glorify the Lord by the particular name of the Lord, as it is locally understood. Yeah, actually you can chant God, 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 and it will be beneficial. Even if you just say God's name, you'll get some benefit from it. They are all auspicious, and one should not distinguish such names of the Lord as material commodities. How do you understand this? Just like we are making difference. Okay, there's a difference between a car and a bicycle. So these things are different categories.
Yeah.
Bicycle, a shovel, pot. These are different objects.
Yeah.
They belong to different aspects of our life. They have different purposes. They're totally different. Pot has nothing to do with a bicycle. Maybe they are made of metal, that's kind of. But otherwise, they are totally different. So I think it's we are getting it.
Yes.
To me, it's very easy to understand all these things because I associate with how to come out from here, and I'm just getting it. I don't know where is it coming from. The third offense is to neglect the orders of the authorized acharyas or spiritual masters. And it looks like our time expired. So tomorrow we can continue with the same topic. I'm sorry, I just took a long time. I just didn't want to mechanically read everything, and so many things would just go beyond our heads. And then we just say, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, and let's eat some breakfast. I think that would be great injustice.
Right.
Okay, so we will stop here. And if anyone has any questions, please ask tomorrow. And tomorrow, I really recommend everyone to plug in because all doubts and all hopes, everything will be clean and cleared by His Grace Kautukala Prabhu. He's giving class tomorrow and it will be much more systematic and interesting. So I recommend everyone to plug in tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
jai.
His Grace Suvarna Bindu Prabhu ki jai. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.